Namaste everyone. Welcome to Hindu Center of Atlanta's weekly spiritual learning program. Acharya Brahmadev has joined us from Mauritius today. Uh, this week we are celebrating Krishna Janmastami. Acharya will be focusing on the life of Yogi Raj Sri Krishna Chandraji, and we will be learning today from his life and what are the things he did in his life and how is it according to Vedic Dharma. Acharya Brahmadev has an inclusive educational background in science, banking, University of Mauritius, management, AB, UK, Darshanacharya, Vedic philosophy, Darshan Yog Mahavidyalaya, Gujarat, and a diverse career in financial services industry at Arya Sabha Mauritius. He has been a key resource person for Arya Sabha Mauritius on the universal Vedic values, yoga and meditation, interfaith and intercultural dialogue at various national and international forums. The Mauritius Council of Religions, Arya Pratinidhi Sabha America, Greater Atlanta Vedic and Hindu Center of Atlanta Yoga and Meditation Center in Kenya. He is author of numerous insightful articles on Vedic philosophy and contemporary issues in English. Acharya.
Om. Namaste, everybody, and welcome. Let's sit down straight, close the eyes gently with the body totally relaxed. We'll try to bring our mind to focus. Deep inhale and exhale. And while exhaling, we are going to chant Om 3 times. And during the chanting, we just listen to our own pronunciation and observe the sound, the vibrations traveling through the body. Om. Join the palms together, rub them gently, cover the eyes, opening the eyes below the palm. So welcome again. I'm just going to share screen briefly. Month of August, September, lunar calendar in the Vedic Hindu philosophy. The month of Bhadrapad. In the month of Bhadrapad, 8th day of the waning phase of the moon. It's Krishna Janmastami. Krishna, a brilliant, eminent personality of the Dwapara Yuga, and together with the other eminent personality of the Satya Sanatan Vedic Dharma, Sri Ramchandraji. Ramayana and Gita or Mahabharata are known as the two epics, historical recordings of the life story, as well as the occurrence, the events during the lifetime of Sri Ram Chandraji and Yogeshwar Sri Krishna Chandraji in both circumstances. And remember, when we are talking about these two personalities, why do the name Chandra comes there? We always refer to Sri Ramachandraji and Yogeshwar Sri Krishna Chandraji. It's not by mere coincidence. Chandra refers to the moon, and we all know on the brilliant full moon night, how pleasant is it to view the full moon. Soothing, calm, brilliant light from the moon. This is how it is associated with the personality of both these eminent personalities. Always will see them calm, forceful in their arguments, and always with humility. Krishna Janmastami celebrates the birthday anniversary of Yogeshwara Sri Krishna. And Sri Krishna is more noted or known for the Gita. Born at the time of birth and growing, faced so many adversities in life. But as we know, with the Satya Sanatan Vedic Dharma, we know that this is not the first birth that we had. We had a series of previous births, and we carry the sanskar of these births with us. And the yogic sanskar which Sri Krishna carried with him manifests in early childhood. And that's where, if we go through the life story of Sri Krishna, we'll find that in early childhood, they matched all the attempts on his life. And then, though at birth he was saved by Nanda and Devaki and brought up by Yashoda, and we remember there, Yashoda is more known, the nourishing, the nurturing mother, the making mother is more known than the birthing mother. That's the beauty also of Hindu philosophy, which shows the importance of the upbringing. And the yogic characteristics are seen when Krishna matches Putana and Kans, especially these two. I'll just go briefly with some of the teachings. If we look, this is one brilliant picture. And this is where the Gita starts. And the teachings of Sri Krishna also starts. Arjun in effects. Sorry. He requests Sri Krishna, who was the charioteer, to bring his chariot in between the two army lines. On one side, he saw his brothers. On the other side, cousin brothers, uncles, grandparents, parents, etc., gurus, mentors, and he was going to fight. The problem which arises is in the first chapter is called Arjun Vishad, the dilemma. And then we should remember when Sri Krishna discourses to Arjun in chapter 2, he says, Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka, na chainam kalidayantyapu, na shoshayati maruta. He drills it into the mind of Arjun that beyond this body we have the soul. And the soul, Nainam chindanti shastrani. No weapon can destroy the soul. Nainam dahati pavaka. Fire cannot burn the soul. We all know the Hindu ritual at death, there's the cremation, is only the physical body, which is matter, burnt and reduced to the 5 elements. And this is the fastest process to reduce them. Then nainam na chainam kledayantyapo. So water cannot bring moisture to the soul. No, as we say, the floods can drown the soul. Then na shoshayati marutah. The wind, air cannot dry up the soul. So this is the first lesson which is drilled into Arjun's mind. If we understand that, we also can start moving on the path of yoga. And what happens there? It shows that the soul has the position of being in the driver's seat of this body, which is our car or which is the chariot. We are the owner, and when we are the owner, we give the proper direction with the right knowledge. This is where we reach. We'll be in full command with true knowledge as the Gita or Sri Krishna, pushing our chariot to success. And on that path of the teachings of Sri Krishna, the other slok which comes to mind is karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalahi turbhuma te sango swakarmani yogastha kuru karmani sangha yaktva dhananjaya siddha siddhayo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. It says to Arjun, if we look at the previous picture, the discourse is there. It says, look, now that you've understood the role of the soul, Atma, in this body, understand also that our duty is to only do our karma to the best of our abilities. And when we do our karma to the best of our abilities and just leave the outcome of the karma to time and to the law of karma. And we know the law of karma, every action has an equal and corresponding reaction. So if we are doing good, ultimately we are going to reap goodness. So when we are doing good, we don't need to expect to receive goodness in return, because that definitely is going to come. So we just put all our mental and physical efforts to do our karma. Eventually the outcome would be right, beautiful. And that is how we start walking on the path of yoga. The second slok, which I just recited, ended with Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. So it says, to become a yogi doesn't mean to go in a cave. Simple actions, like first understand the soul, be in this body, and the soul uses this body as a vehicle. Now, second, understand karma, and then just do the proper actions. And for the proper actions, we need the right knowledge. And this is what Sri Krishna gave to Arjun in the midst of the battlefield. Shuddh Dhyan. Arjun, empowered with this Shuddh Dhyan, true knowledge, engages in his karma as a Kshatriya, as a warrior. That is Shuddh Karma. He assumes his duties and responsibilities. And of course, if we talk about bhakti, the third component of the teachings of Sri Krishna, we find Arjun nowhere doing arti or something like that to Sri Krishna. What he just does, he follows the instructions, the guidance of Sri Krishna, and emerges as a victor. And on the same path, Sri Krishna says in chapter 6, Anashrita karma phalam karya karma karoti yah sasanyasi cha yogi sacha niragya nirana chakriya. It says, let alone the outcome of the karma. When we are doing good, eventually we'll reap the goodness of it. And when we are detached with that, the word comes sannyas. So sannyas in the modern context, if we want to live this, it's not necessarily that we have to go out in the forest and wander here and there. We can live our life as a sannyasi, totally detached, and obviously assume the same role as Sri Krishna did for Arjun as a mentor, as a guide. Be a mentor, be a guide to our children, to our grandchildren, to all those around us. The next shlok which comes to our mind, the very beautiful shlok which is usually associated with this picture in our homes. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirbhavati bharata adbhyuddhatmanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sanstapnaya sambhavani yuge yuge. This shlok is unfortunately associated to God taking birth in the human form. If we understand the creation and we look at the beauty of this creation, so big, huge universe, God didn't have to take a human form or other form to create that. Now, to end adharma, that is immorality or the unruly way people were leading their life, and to reestablish dharma, we just have to analyze our own day-to-day life, take some moments and do Swadhyay. One, relate to the scriptures, but second, Swadhyay is also listening to our own voice. We'll be able to see when we give ourselves some moments of silence, when we are contemplating about any doing, whether it's right or wrong actions, we can feel the divine guidance within us as the inner voice, pushing us to be always on the right path. And there we have the feeling of enthusiasm, joy, motivation, elation to go ahead. And on the path of wrongdoings, we have the feeling of shame, fear, doubt. And that if we manage to understand that divine guidance, this is, as we say in common language, the Gita revealed to us by God daily. So, Ishvara, God, present, omnipresent everywhere and at all times. And that is Sarva Vyapak, and then Sarvadhya, omniscient, knowing all our doings the moment we are there. And then God as Dayalu, the all-merciful, prompting us, always by our side and within us, prompting us to be righteous. If we manage to live that, so we live the life of Arjun, listening to the divinity within us. And this is the beauty of the real understanding of these shlokas. And if we link that to Sanskrit words, it has to be understood within the context. Often we refer to the names of God, the various names of God, and try to detach these names as one single personality. No, all of these names to refer to the one and only God. And we find also in the Gita that in one of the shlokas, Sri Krishna refers to Om as the prime name, all-inclusive name of Ishvara. So if we go on this basis, there's only one God, then we'll start treading on the path of Shuddha Dhyan, right knowledge. With our right understanding, with the concept of one God, we'll be able to start building the unity among the Hindus. Unfortunately, we are just divided in the names of various gods, in total or mere ignorance that there's only one and one God, no multitudes. The various names is just as I'm the brother of somebody, I'm the father of my children, I'm the grandfather of grandchildren or relatives, I'm the son of my father, grandson of my grandparents. So all these relationships are described in different words. And if we now see the beauty of the Gita or the Mahabharata, Sri Krishna himself, how many names he has? We know first Nandalal, the son of Nand, Devaki Nandan, Sri Krishna, then Parth. So all these many names, if we just start splitting these personalities and taking these to be different persons, then we'll go astray. And this is what has happened. If we want the unity, harmony, let's go on the path of right knowledge. And why we refer to the brilliant personality of Sri Krishna Chandra. In the various shlokas, the focus is on yoga. Yoga means to unite, to join. And if we understand the purpose of the word yoga, we'll relate it to the teachings of Hinduism, we'll be able to bring unity, harmony. Let's, on this day of Krishna Janmastami, take, I won't say the whole of the Gita, take one shlok per day. Read that, contemplate on that, and see how we can apply these teachings to our day-to-day life. And we'll emerge where that, I started with the word Chandra, will be also becoming brilliant personalities in our own life, in the life of our family, in the life of the community, in the life of the society, and will also be known. People will just add that word to our name. It's more, as we say, a qualitative suffix which is given to brilliant personalities. So if we want to become like that, just take the teachings, apply them in our daily life, and we'll become the Sri Krishna of our own life. I just hope I've been able to bring some insight on the practicalities of how we can learn from the life of Sri Krishna Chandraji, Yogeshwara, and in turn, start treading the path of becoming a yogi in the real sense in daily life, in the small, small actions we are doing, and also become Chandra, brilliant as the full moon, and as calm and soothing as the moonlight. Thank you for your attention. I'll leave it to Dhananjay to add and do the conclusion.
Thank you, Acharyaji. Your special talk on the Krishna Janmastami. Please said that soul never dies, so we should always try to do the good things, righteous living, and even if this physical body goes away, then still soul lives, and then it comes back in the different life. Acharyaji has been helping us to understand all these different topics, the different festivals, and different times he has been giving us very useful knowledge for us, which can make our life fruitful, very successful. So thank you, Acharyaji, for your continued support to Hindu Center of Atlanta. Just for the reminder to everyone, we have a kids program, kids and young youth, on Friday, where they learn the mantras and their meaning, and they also learn about the festivals every Friday evening at 9 p.m. And Saturday we have the satsang at 10:30 a.m. Day spiritual learning for the adults, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Please do join us on those times. You can reach us at hinducenter@gmail.com and on Facebook page and YouTube, Hindu Center of Atlanta. Hope to see you in our next program. At last, Acharya will lead us for a final enjoy.
One last word, when we're talking about the soul within this body, we should remember that the soul lives within this body. We have a duty to care for this body, but we shouldn't stick to that. We need also to care for So as we say, if the driver is not healthy, then we can't reach safe destination. But also the vehicle should be in proper, good order. So we have a duty to care for our physical, mental, moral, spiritual, and social life. Thank you for your attention. One Om Jap. Om. Thank you for attention. Dhyan ke liye dhanyavad. Namaste everybody. Have a nice week ahead.